Hey guys, Charlie here, and in today's video, I'll be going through with you a DeFi project on the Binance Smart Chain called Rabbit Finance. So Rabbit Finance, in short, is a leverage lending protocol whereby it is a place that you can lend out your crypto assets as well as perform leverage yield farming to gain or earn higher yields and returns. But before I deep dive into Rabbit Finance itself, I would like to share with you that we are having this giveaway contest for our crypto starter pack that consists a copy of our book, Crypto Assets for Passive Income, an online video course, and $100 worth of BNB or MATIC tokens of your choosing. To participate in it, just go to the link in the description box down below. You can also join our socials such as our Twitter and Telegram group TokenClan for more in-depth discussions on crypto and blockchain technology. If you are new to our channel, hit that subscribe button and enable the notification bell. Without further ado, let's get started. Right now, we are at defistation.io, my go-to in looking out for new and upcoming DeFi projects. And in today's video, we'll be looking at Rabbit Finance, which is ranked 7 with about 1 billion in total value locked, which is quite similar to Alpaca Finance. And interestingly enough, Rabbit Finance is in fact quite similar to Alpaca Finance in terms of this lending as well as this leverage yield farming protocol. As with any new DeFi projects, we shall go through their white paper first. This is Rabbit Finance white paper. If you look at their introduction, Rabbit Finance aims to be this cross-chain leverage lending protocol that allows users to multiply their funds by up to 9x leverage, thereby maximizing interest and liquidity farming yields. And they are proudly backed by 11 top venture firms, which all these firms are listed here. And their native token is Rabbits. They also have another token which is what they call as this elastic stablecoin called Carrots, which we shall be looking at shortly. When I look at this, they have a leverage of up to 9x, which is quite high in a sense as compared to Alpaca Finance that I've seen. And they have their related links here, their socials. So highly recommend you to read through this white paper after you watch this video, as well as participate in their conversations on their Twitter and Telegram group to understand more about Rabbit Finance before deciding to invest into it or participating in their yield farming activities. And they have a series of these project updates. For Rabbit Finance, they have released this project was released in late May, so it's roughly about 40 or 50 days since their release of this project, and they have some project updates that you can spend your time to read through here. And they talk about several important issues, like including this safety review on their smart contracts, the avoidance of this flash loan attack that is recently quite prevalent in the Binance Smart Chain projects. And they also have their own unique liquidation system to ensure accurate and safe liquidation. And for this part, with regards to comparing Rabbit Finance with another project, which they say is Project A, if you read through it, is Alpaca Finance. They are making a comparison between themselves and Alpaca Finance. Just to summarize all the data in here that they have described is that in terms of the borrowing rate, Rabbit Finance has a lower percentage compared to Alpaca Finance. That means that you incur lower interest when you borrow, and also Rabbit Finance has a higher leverage as compared to Alpaca Finance. And when they compare in terms of the returns based on this APR, APY, you can see based on this table here that Rabbit Finance has tabulated, when they do this comparison between different assets, they have a higher percentage of return here, and as well as the token rewards received by the crypto investor. This is the comparison that Rabbit Finance is making with Alpaca Finance and claiming themselves to be of lower fees, lower interest rate for borrowing fees, and higher returns for their rewards. So you can spend some time to read through this part and make your own judgment, perform your due diligence by comparing Rabbit Finance and Alpaca on the figures that is being reported here. So next is how can you participate in Rabbit Finance? They mentioned there are two ways. The first way is being a lender, whereby you can earn returns on your base assets which you deposit them into their vaults, and your assets will be offered to the yield farmers so that they can borrow to leverage up their positions. And the second way to participate in Rabbit Finance is being the farmer. That means you participate in the leverage yield farming by opening whether it is a non-leverage or leverage position. And of course, with higher leverage comes bigger risks such as your liquidation and your impermanent loss for LP tokens. And currently, they support a few of these base assets which we will look at on their website. They have guides on how to use their platform and interact with their platform, so strongly advise you to read through it. The strategies involved, they have different strategies here that involves a pancake swap, that involves MDEX, and involves ellipsis. Take some time to go through this information. Liquidation here is talking about this applies when you're doing leverage yield farming. Have liquidation rules that you need to take note of here. They have the formula here. So in short, I just want to quickly summarize here is that if your position that you take, your debt ratio that you take is higher than this Q factor, or what they call as this liquidation factor, and this ratio reaches 100%, your position will be liquidated. And they have their own liquidation mechanism. It is all written here. That includes also their safety mechanism as well, and the calculation formula. So you can see for each LP farms here, the leverage, the debt ratio, and the liquidation factor, or what they call as the Q factor. And right now we come to this Rabbit token, which is their farming reward. Rabbit token is their governance token, and it is the reward for the whole ecosystem. So there are three ways to obtain their Rabbit token. The first way is being a liquidity provider by providing Rabbit BUSD trading pair on MDEX and staking the LP to farm for Rabbit tokens. As a lender, you deposit your various crypto assets that you have to receive a Rabbit reward. And lastly, as a borrower, where you can participate in farms with over 30 leverage trading pairs to receive Rabbit rewards. And they have their pool allocation, which is in this program here, and their interest rate. This interest rate model is based on this utilization level. To summarize it, when there is a higher utilization level, meaning to say that there is more people borrowing the assets and using the assets, right, the interest of borrowing the asset will go up as well. The mechanism here for this interest rate model is that, simply put, when you have higher interest rate, for lenders wise, you'll be encouraged to put your assets to earn highest interest rate. But on the borrower side, with higher interest rate on assets that you are thinking of borrowing, you might want to consider other assets with lower interest rate to borrow. This is the gist of it. And they have various reserves that is derived from the rewards being generated. One of the key purposes is actually to buy back Rabbit tokens and burn them. So it has this deflationary mechanism involved for Rabbit tokens. Risk statements. This is the part that you need to be aware of. So there are risks to not only the lenders but as well as the yield farmers. If you are lending your crypto assets on Rabbit Finance, you need to be aware of the risk here. But of course, with each risk, Rabbit Finance has stated some mitigation rules or mechanisms in place to help safeguard your crypto assets. If you are actively participating in the leverage yield farming, it is always wise to use a lower leverage level and monitor your positions, especially during these volatile market conditions. And last but not least is a smart contract risk that applies across the board, whether you are lender or borrower. As long as you are interacting with smart contracts, there is always smart contract risk here. Even though they mention that their smart contracts have been audited by third-party firms such as MATIC. And up next, we'll be looking at their tokenomics, Rabbit, which is their native token, so the governance token, and they have a max cap supply of 203 million Rabbit tokens. The utility value of Rabbit token is that it will be this protocol governance, interest rate farming income, and the deflationary mechanism of Rabbit as well. And this is how the Rabbit tokens will be distributed, and the various details are all being highlighted down here. And next is Carrot. Carrot is another token on Rabbit Finance, but it is an elastic stable coin, which is 1:1 pegged to BUSD. What it states here is that Rabbit holder can stake Rabbit to the boardroom to receive Carrot inflation reward. And Rabbit Finance will continue to invest auto compound reserve to provide liquidity of Carrot. This is their token information with regards to the stable coin. And the initial supply of Carrot is elastic according to market. Circulation supply is elastic according to the market as well. How do you obtain Carrot? Basically is to stake your Rabbit tokens in the boardroom, and they will issue Carrot tokens as your rewards. Another way is obtaining Carrot is by staking this Carrot BUSD LP tokens. What we want to know is this elastic consensus of Carrot, the logic behind the elastic stablecoin idea. What they want to achieve in the end is this Carrot being an elastic stablecoin, 1:1 pegged to BUSD, and they have this elastic supply mechanism. All this information is written here, so in short, they will adjust circulation of this Carrot BUSD according to a 12-hour weighted average price to allocate Carrot inflation reward. And there is a rebasing time that is going to be conducted where they will be using price from MDEX Oracle. And this is their rebase rules that you can take your time to read it. It is quite technical here and requires a little bit of time to understand how it works. This is the part about their contract information, their audit reports by CertiK and ChangeGuard. So now let us go to Rabbit Finance website itself. This is their interface with about 1 billion in total value locked. And currently, Rabbit token is trading at the price of $1.80. And the various features here, this is Vault. So Vault here is where you can stake your crypto assets to lend out your crypto assets on this platform, and you'll be earning an interest. If I hover over this information bar here, lending APR refers to the returns you'll be receiving in terms of the crypto assets that you stake. And this staking APR is referring to the Rabbit token rewards that you are receiving. And then you are able to see information like the total deposit for each crypto assets, the total amount that is being borrowed, and the utilization level. In short, the higher the utilization level, the returns in terms of the percentage here is always higher. And naturally, if it is a lower utilization level, the percentage of returns you receive is much lower. And when you deposit your crypto assets, and after approving it, you should be receiving IB tokens. Let's say you deposit BNB tokens, you'll be receiving the equivalent, which is the IB BNB tokens, to represent that you have deposited your BNB on this platform, and it is an interest-bearing token, which means that you'll be earning interest just by holding onto this token. And with this token, all you have to do is come to this staking pool. Let's say you have deposited your BNB, right? You receive IB BNB, you stake it here to receive your rewards for Rabbit tokens. So this percentage here refers to your rewards in terms of Rabbit tokens. And farms here refers to the leverage yield farming. You can see there are various liquidity pools that you can participate in, and on the side here you can see the maximum number of leverage that you can take. In this case, for USDT BUSD, it is up to 9 times leverage, and you can toggle the figures here. So you see for 1x, which means that there is no leverage, is 8.63%. If you increase to 2x leverage, it's 14.61%. And if you click on this drop down arrow, it will show to you this breakdown. If you click on USDT, you'll be incurring 2.91% borrowing interest rate. And if you go to BUSD, it is 2.92. If you borrow USDT, it's 0.01% cheaper as compared to BUSD. Likewise, let's say we take a look at this CAPI and BNB. If you look at borrowing CAPI, it's 73.64%. Look at BNB, it's 9.87. So definitely, you want cheaper rates, you should be borrowing BNB. And last but not least is this boardroom. Boardroom is the place where you can stake your Rabbit tokens to receive these carrot rewards. If you still remember that these carrot rewards, they call it as an elastic stablecoin. And right now, based on its value, is $1.23 for each carrot token. The ratio is not 1:1, but in fact it is 1.23:1. For every 1 BUSD, carrot carries the value of 1.23 BUSD. And this is the part where they will increase the inflation amount of carrots so that eventually this ratio should be 1:1 to BUSD. And one thing is that when you stake your Rabbit tokens here, they have two different pools. One pool consists of this lockup period, and the other pool does not have this lockup period with a different APR given to you. And the rewards is a carrot token, so this is something you can take note of here. And to purchase Rabbit, you can purchase it on PancakeSwap or from MDEX. And let us quickly take a look at their history on CoinGecko. If we look at past history in terms of price, one interesting point that we can take note of is that when the crypto market corrected itself in May, and most of these crypto assets has already declined by up to 50 to 60% in terms of their value. But when we look at Rabbit Finance, it is in fact trending upwards. In fact, it is increasing in its price, coupled together with increasing levels of its total value locked as well. This is something very interesting here about Rabbit Finance, which means that a lot of these crypto investors are actually looking at Rabbit Finance and contributing their crypto assets and participating in the lending and borrowing or leverage yield farming activities on Rabbit Finance itself. This is a very interesting thing. Where other crypto assets are declining in terms of price and total value lock, Rabbit Finance is actually having the reverse effect. One interesting point that I want to point out in terms of their price is that from June, from about 2 cents, it has already 100x to about $2 as of now. This is a very interesting thing that is happening to Rabbit Finance when we are experiencing this market consolidation. Then comes to this important question that you might ask, is that should you invest in Rabbit Finance by purchasing these Rabbit tokens? If you are considering parking or lending your crypto assets on Rabbit Finance platform itself, just by putting or depositing them into the vault to receive the IB tokens and staking them in these farming pools here, already be receiving Rabbit tokens as rewards. And if you are on the yield farmer side, by contributing your LP tokens here through these leverage yield farms here, you will also be receiving these Rabbit rewards. By doing these two activities alone, there is no reason why you should be purchasing the Rabbit tokens upfront, because you are already, other than getting your yield farm rewards, you will also be receiving these Rabbit rewards. And you do not need to use extra crypto assets to purchase Rabbit tokens. My own opinion on how you should be getting your Rabbit tokens. You should be farming for your Rabbit tokens rather than purchasing them. Unless you have done your own due diligence, you read through their white paper, you interacted with their community, and you strongly feel for this project, then only then you might want to consider using your stable coins or your crypto assets to purchase Rabbit tokens. I hope that you have enjoyed today's content. Do drop a like and comment in the box down below what do you think of this Rabbit Finance. Subscribe to our channel if you are new and enable the notification bell. Do join us on our socials such as our Twitter and Telegram group TokenClan, and participate in our giveaway contest for our crypto starter pack. All the links are in the description box down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.